Sometimes I feel like I'm a burden to my friends. Sometimes really feel like I'm not enough. And I ask myself this a lot. Am I enough? Am I enough? And it's something I've been kind of tackling with for the past week, because I've realized that every connection that I have made, friendship, relationship, or people that I just meet, I always just want to be enough for them, and I just don't want to be left behind. I want to be chosen for me, and yet that's something I've never gotten growing up. Growing up, I've always been left out, or I've always been an extra. I've never really been chosen. I remember growing up, I was in this friend group in middle school that wouldn't really be my friend because they would pick on me. They would pick on me because of my birthmark on my forehead, or my hair at the time, or the shoes that I wore, because I remember my parents, they couldn't afford real, Jordans, and at that time sneakers were like a really big thing. And they gave me these kind of like sort of knockoff ones, and I didn't really know at the time. And I remember when I went into my middle school with my friends, they would just kind of pick on me because they weren't real. But in the end, I took it because I just wanted to be a part of something. I thought maybe I'm enough, but in reality I wasn't, because I would just get picked on. I'd get made fun of. But I still stayed because they were the only ones to sort of accept me. And the reason I say sort of is because they didn't. They were just kind of like, oh, we're just, they'll pick on me. And in high school, it was no different. This was another friend group that I joined, maybe about like 15 of us. And literally, I kid you not, they would always hang out and I'd get left behind. And they wouldn't even ask me or anything like that. And I hated it, but at the same time in my head, it was just kind of, my head was just, my brain was redirecting me to say, well, no, 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 maybe if I do this, maybe if I try more, maybe if I get more cool or more popular, maybe I'll finally get to hang out with these people. Maybe they actually might want to be my friend. you know I just want to talk to them. But in the end, I would still never get that. And I remember literally after we graduated, I never got to talk to them, and like at all. I was on my own for literally after high school. I was on my own. There was only one person that was there for me, and his name is Race. And I kid you not, I don't know where I'd be if without him, because he's been a really big friend for me. So shout out to my boy Race. But it was hard. And what makes it even hard for me is that I never got that also growing up in my family. I think a lot of us, I think if you've grown in a Hispanic household, you don't get told you're there, that your parents are proud of you. Like, your parents don't tell you that they're proud of you or they love you. And this is going to be hard for me, but I remember one night my dad told me, "You're a disappointment to this family." And this was when I was probably around like 13. It was the middle of the night, and I was helping him out, um, with his like little side gig that he had going on. And I remember him just telling me that. And ever since that day, I've always been wanting to get his approval. And he's apologized for it profusely now. But even then, to this day, I still am trying to get his approval. And even though he now says, "I'm proud of you," it's not enough for me, because deep down, I feel like I can't accept it. So I will always keep trying to chase this approval, that even though if I do get it, it isn't enough for me. I feel like sometimes I need to do more for people because I just want to be enough for them. I think the closest I ever got to receiving that validation or receiving that approval was when my past partner and I were laying in bed. And I remember we were just talking about some random BS, some random nonsense. But out of nowhere, she hits me with, "I'm proud of you." And I've never heard it from her, but I just remember being shocked, like, what the heck? Where is this coming from? And I literally told her, I'm like, "What are you talking about? Where is this coming from?" And I kid you not, she said to me, "I'm proud of you because you do a lot for me. You do a lot for the cats. You do a lot for most people. You always help out those in need, regardless if you know them or not. And I'm proud of you because you do so much." And I remember just hearing that, and just breaking down. I remember just breaking down completely and hugging her. And that memory didn't like register to me or didn't hit me until I think 2 3 days ago. And when I thought about it again, I was like, wow, I can't. I broke down again right then and there. It was in my car when I remembered, and I just remembered that was, I think, the closest I think I ever got to feeling validated, to feeling like, oh, I'm being chosen for me. And yes, in the end, she discarded me for someone else. But I think that was, again, that memory specifically, before she did any of the discarding, before any of that happened, that was the closest I think I ever got to feeling validated, to feeling like I'm being seen for me. And this is hard because I've realized that I need constant reassurance, and that's this is so it's something that's been boggling my mind, because it's like I was thinking about it. I think 3 days ago, I was like, what's my red flag, or what's like a flag that I have, and it's the fact that I just need to be told that it's okay, like that I am enough, that literally what I'm doing is enough. But somehow I can't accept it. My homegirl was telling me, "Are you afraid of being forgotten?" I'm like, "No, I don't care if I'm forgotten. I think I just want to be accepted. I want to be relied on. I want people to come to me." And that's also something crazy to say too, but I don't know what it is. It's like I'm independent. I've grown. I've been raised to be independent, to live on my own, to never ask for handouts. But at the same time, I want people to depend on me because I'm needed. I feel like I'm needed. And it's crazy to think about it, but it's not something I feel all the time. Like when I'm by myself, when I'm literally by myself, I feel okay. And I think the reason because of that is because I'm validating myself, like me myself. I'm validating. I'm reassuring myself. I know that I'm enough by myself. But when I meet other people, when I meet new friends, when I meet potential partners, I start to get in over my head of, do they actually like me for me, or do I need to do more? Maybe they'll like me if I do this. Maybe they'll like me if I do that. Maybe they'll like me if this, that, or that happens. And that's something that I'm starting to realize that I need to chill on, one, because the right person and the right friends will choose you because of you. And sometimes it's hard because you will lose friends that you were thought you were so close with, and maybe they don't want to talk to you anymore. I remember in high school I had two people, and I thought we were really good friends, but as we grew older, we kind of lost connection with one another. And then I tried to reconnect them again, and it worked. We hung out one time, but then after that, we never hung out again. And I was like, oh, some people aren't meant to kind of grow apart. You aren't aligned. You guys aren't aligned, and you will meet new people. But even then, when I lose those connections with those past people, I always think to myself, what went wrong? Do I need to do this? Do I need to change this? Do I need to do that? But I also have to realize it's not your fault. It's not my fault. Some people just aren't destined to be friends. They are just meant to only be in some parts of your life. But yet what's hard for me is, even then, even if they leave my life, I still am always ready to welcome them back with open arms. And I know some people will hear that and they'll be like, what the heck? If that friend hurt you, if that friend did something wrong to you, why would you accept them again? And I don't know what it is with me, but I can't find hate towards anyone. I can't hold hate, because here's the thing: I don't know what happens tomorrow. No one does. It's that saying of tomorrow isn't promised. So I won't. If tomorrow isn't promised, then I'm not gonna hold hate. I'll remember things. I'll remember sayings. I'll remember things that people say, and I'll kind of be like, I don't know about this, but I'll never hold hate for someone. I don't think I could. I think one thing I really have to start learning is that the right person will accept you for you. The right person will choose you for you. And what's hard now is that um, I got discarded. My past partner left me for someone else. And so now I know that the next person I might have to meet, or will meet, sorry, is going to be a little bit more patient with me, and I think I might just be straight up and being like, hey, like I'm someone that isn't really like, that is very affectionate, but I'm also very now much more of like, oh, am I being chosen for me or am I not being chosen for me? The right people will choose you for you. They'll choose you because they don't want you to change. They like who you are. And I have to start realizing that there are people that are going to come into my life and they're going to leave. And I have to kind of understand that in my head that, okay, that's okay. That's okay. But again, even if I'm saying this right now, my brain's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's that's I can't fathom that. I can't stand that. Like, no. But deep down I also have to kind of realize I don't need to perform for anyone, but I'm also always going to be here. People will come and go. It's the way life goes. But the right ones will stay with you through the good and the bad. And you just have to realize that you are enough because you are. And maybe that's what I need to hear right now. Today's recording is in none other than the Dawson Creek Park here in Hillsboro, Oregon. I like this park a lot. There's this bench here that I've been sitting on. I've kind of been chilling here. Um, Kind of just been seeing ducks pass by. If I Earlier in the recording, I don't know if you hear it or if the camera or the microphone caught it. There was this duck that's just chasing this other duck, and they were just yelling, and I'm just like, what's going on? That's why I was looking like away from the camera because I'm like, what is going on? There's like so many ducks everywhere. This is a duck park, if you are wondering. I really love it. Actually, it's very calm, very peaceful. Even though they've made a bunch of businesses around this area, this park is still here, and I'm very happy about that. If you're wondering what's been going on with me, I've just been taking care of some issues. That's why I haven't been posting for a while. But I am back, and hopefully it's going to stay like that. But also, I've been watching the NBA playoffs. If you're a big NBA fan, I've been watching because of the Portland Trailblazers being in there. And man, it's 3-1 right now. The Spurs are about to take it home. And congrats to Wembanyama for, beating us. But I'm also like, oh, man, it's been so long. Ever since I've been born, I've just been wanting the Blazers to win an NBA championship just so that I can see Portland go up in flames and go crazy. Because I know that Portland will go crazy if we ever win an NBA final. But hopefully next year, because next year would mark 50 years since we last won one. And I kind of have high hopes on next year that we're going to win it. Not this year anymore, but I'm more upset that tomorrow, because I'm going to watch the game tomorrow. It's going to be the Blazers at San Antonio facing the Spurs, and I'm just like, oh, I'm just scared to see them finally lose. So, but there's always next year. It's hard being a Blazers fan. Whatever you're doing, just remember every day is a day closer. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it may not be next week. Hell, it may not even be next month. But as long as you do it every day, you will get one step closer to achieving that goal, that dream, and that person that you want to be. I think that's pretty much it for me. If you guys want to submit a question or a topic for a future episode or a future video, you can do so by hitting the link tree somewhere around here. It's in my bio most likely, but if you just hit it, there's a little form or box that says like questions for future topic or episode. You can click on that and you can submit a question or a form. Question? What the heck? I'm literally, what's the word? Tripping over my words, I think. I'm literally tripping over my words, but you can submit a question or a topic for a future video. But anywho, that's it for me, guys. Deuces.